guys! So today I am bringing you a quick review on the Tarte Amazonian Clay Tartelette Palette. So to start off, I want to say the packaging is really nice and sturdy. It's kind of, I want to say it's plastic, but it's a nice thin palette, which is great for traveling. It's not too big, as you can see. And it's pretty. It's gold on the back and purple on the front. Yeah. So inside, you get this big old mirror. Yeah, big old mirror. And all these beautiful colors. And they are all matte shades. So over here you have your lightest shades. So you have Free Spirit, Caregiver, and Supermom. And then you have like really good like crease shades. And you have Force of Nature, Natural Beauty, and Wanderer. And then you have a bit darker shades. And it's Dreamer, Best Friend, and Power Player. And over here you have your darkest shades. And those are Multitasker, Bombshell, and Fashionista. Overall, this whole palette has kind of a berry undertone, kind of a purpley undertone, which is really nice for a neutral palette. If you're doing more of a darker look, these make really great transition shades. Yeah, these obviously are your nice darker shades. The black's not too bad. I'm actually really enjoying these. I think my favorites are pretty much like this row, and I love these highlight shades. So, considering they're all matte, this is a great palette to pair up with any palettes that you have that might have a whole lot of shimmer and not quite the matte shade that you're looking for. It's really a good idea just to have a matte palette in your collection just for that reason. Or if you just really like matte shades, you know, this is a nice palette to have because then you can just do straight matte looks without having all the shimmer. This is also a good idea for those of you that are a bit older and your eyelids are a bit more delicate. If you have like crepiness going on, it's not a fun way to describe it, but in general, when you get to be a certain age and you start getting that crepiness and you start getting a lot of lines, you don't want to wear shimmery shadows as often or as much, or if at all, because it can emphasize those lines and those creases and the crepiness. So using matte shadows helps de-emphasize that. So this is a great palette to have if that is one of the issues that you're having. So now let's get into the swatches. Alright, so here is Free Spirit. It's a very light, kind of creamy shade. And then we have Caregiver, which is a very light pinkish shade. These are all great highlight shades, so I will say that. And then there is Supermom, which is also kind of a creamy but more on the white end. It's the lightest shade in the palette, but it's a really beautiful color. Alright, so then going down the next row, we have Force of Nature, which it barely shows up on my skin, but it is a very natural, it's a natural kind of tan color, but it does have that kind of pinky undertone. Then the one underneath it is Natural Beauty, and this one is definitely, it's still light, but it definitely has more of a purpley undertone, almost a taupe color. And then the one underneath that is Wanderer, and that is this shade right here. It is another great crease color. It is kind of a camel-y color, so it definitely does not have any of the pink or purple undertones. It is definitely a camel type color, but it is beautiful in the crease. Now going on to the third row, we have Dreamer. Dreamer is a beautiful kind of chocolatey brown color, kind of along the lines of like a milk chocolate. Then we have Best Friend, which is a very, very purpley type color. This is the color I am wearing all over my lid. I love this color. It is beautiful. It is beautiful in the crease. It is beautiful all over the lid. It's a very versatile color. It's not so dark that it's like scary. It really isn't. And then the last one is called Power Player. And this is definitely a gray taupey color. It's really pretty. It does work very well on the crease, especially if paired with one of the brown shades. This is a more cool tone. A lot of this palette, I want to say, is in the cool tone range, just because it's more purpley. But, I mean, you see so far, it's beautiful. Now we're going to go to the last row, the darkest shades. And the one on the top is Multitasker. And this is a it is a dark chocolatey brown. It's not too dark to where you can't work with it. It works really great in the outer V. Underneath that we have Bombshell. And this may not come out, it may not show so well on the camera, I don't know. But it is a very dark plummy purple. And it's gorgeous, and if you use a light hand, it is very buildable and not as scary as it appears. And the last shade in the palette is Fashionista, and this is black. It is a really nice black eyeshadow. You can go lightly with it and build it up if you're afraid of black eyeshadows, or you can just go to town, which it's not always the best idea because you can get splotchy pretty quick. But it is a beautiful black. It is very blendable. It works really great as like an eyeliner. That is what I'm using as an eyeliner today. It's beautiful. So overall, there is your swatches with the palette. This is a really beautiful palette, and you can pair up these colors in lots of different ways. You can go straight across. They all go together very well like that. You can go, well, these three are like your highlight shades, but like these three can go down together, these three. It really just depends on what you want to do. I kind of jump all over the place in this thing because all the colors go together so very well. So, overall, I give this palette a big A+, big thumbs up. I love it. So that was my review on the Tartelette palette. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you found this somewhat useful. And give it a thumbs up if you like videos like this. Subscribe if you haven't already. And I will see you next time. Bye!